Happening now, Jamestown School Board of Education is calling on New York health leaders to adjust guidance ahead of this summer's graduation ceremony. The details next. Plus, Mayor Sundquist's push to establish a municipal internet system.
Well, the sunshine once again today is going to be filtered by some cloudiness, but the humidity is going to be in play. We'll talk about it next as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
The School Board of Education in Jamestown is calling on New York State to revise its attendance guidelines for high school graduation ceremonies. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. The Jamestown Public School Board sent a letter to the New York State Department of Health and Governor Cuomo regarding the current restrictions in place. Specifically, board members say the attendance cap is creating a barrier for the district to host a memorable and inclusive graduation ceremony for seniors and their families. The current celebration is restricted to 200 people outdoors and 100 in, beyond which all attendees must show proof of vaccination or of a negative COVID test. School officials say this doesn't allow for relatives who cannot or will not be vaccinated or get tested to partake. They say recently sporting events have been allowed under New York State guidelines to have up to 500 vaccinated or untested spectators outside and 250 vaccinated or untested spectators in. Yet school graduations in those same facilities under the same conditions and in the same locations are just limited to 200 or 100 attendees without a proof of vaccination or a negative test. The Board of Education and Superintendent hope that by reaching out to the state, they could adjust their guidelines ahead of June graduations. Well, a survey gauging the public's opinion regarding a city-owned broadband network is now live. As WNY News Now's Jason Ruttman reports, the idea aims to get families connected through affordable services.
The broadband network concept, first brought forward by Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist during his bid for office, would establish a municipally owned fiber network in the city. Over the past year, Sundquist says that it's been difficult to get kids and their parents alike connected to the internet, a resource that he says is vital to the ever-growing digital world.
We started to see parents, moms who had one cell phone, and that's how their kids got on Zoom. And kids couldn't go to class that day if you had more than one because only one could use it.
He says the push, which would be a first in the state system, would build out an infrastructure to provide fast and affordable internet plans to city residents.
We're looking at different models, one in which the city takes it all on, and another which the city takes on the infrastructure portion, continues to keep it running, gets the pipeline going, but lets private providers come in and bid and compete for the actual internet connection.
That's where Sundquist says the questionnaire would come in to gauge what the public would want.
It is very, very quick, and we're using that to help us finalize a feasibility study to determine, can we do this here in the city of Jamestown?
The survey, which contains 8 questions, is posted online at jamestownfiber.com. For WNY News Now, I'm Jason Ruttman.
Jason, thank you. Prices and plans, the mayor says, range from a free lifeline service to high-speed fiber internet connections for businesses like tech-driven companies. Well, a 41-year-old Jamestown man is behind bars after police say they found cocaine and cash during a search of his Fairmount Avenue home yesterday. The Jamestown Police Department's Metro Drug Task Force says Larry Hicks, who's currently on New York State parole, was allegedly found with 15 grams of cocaine, a scale, packaging materials, and cash. Hicks is charged with felony third-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance and criminally using drug paraphernalia. Following arraignment, detectives say he was taken to the Chautauqua County Jail. Well, hundreds are expected to fill the streets of Bemis Point tomorrow with one goal in mind: to find a cure for type 1 diabetes, also known as juvenile diabetes. As WNY News Now's Claire Galt reports, the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation hosts these walks at locations nationwide to raise money for research to find a cure for the disease, which currently has none.
As a mother of a child with the disease, Lori Cornell explains the JDRF Walk is a chance to show the world that together, type 1 diabetes can be conquered.
All the 1.6 million kids and adults with type 1 diabetes across the United States have to just work so hard, really just to stay alive.
Participating in the walk, Cornell says, will help power more research, enable more advocacy, and fund more support for the 1.6 million Americans now living with the disease.
It's all about the health and happiness of your kids.
Tracy Thompson, another parent of a type 1 diabetic, agrees.
It just brings me hope as a parent that maybe at some point, it's not going to be something that any of us have to worry about.
Thompson explains that participating in her first walk brought her great joy.
I remember my first JDRF walk. I was in tears. For the mere fact that, oh my gosh, it's not me by myself. And that's the biggest thing.
The event kicks off at 2 p.m. with a walk through downtown from the Bemis Point Golf Course on Main Street.
People just coming together brings you hope. It brings you appreciation.
Claire Gall, WNY News Now.
Yeah, Claire, thank you. All of the donations from the JDRF walks go towards research. Those interested in joining the walk or making a donation can contact Lori Cornell at 716-720-1845. We have more information now on our website, WNYNewsNow.com. Certainly, what a great way to bring the community back together after a while of maybe being physically apart. We thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. We always love to hear from you. It's great to see Dave. Good to see John, Lisa. Happy Friday to Scott, Ed, and Nancy as well. Hopefully you all are having a great day. We appreciate you tuning in as always. Well, now let's get to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by live in studio with that Friday forecast, and the feeling is pretty good out there.
Yes, it is. It is another warm day, and it's going to be a little bit of a muggier day, so this might be a good place to be today. Presque Isle Beach, yeah, just some filtered sunshine out there over Lake Erie. 80 right now at Presque Isle, so that might be a place to be right near the Lake Erie waterfront, because that is going to be the cooler spot today. You can see some of those clouds moving in on the satellite composite, and there will be a small chance of maybe a pop-up shower somewhere across the inland areas today, but it's only about a 20% chance, and you'll see it here. 20 today, a little bit of a better chance tomorrow afternoon, 25. That's again going to be fueled by the moisture in the air. A little bit of a better chance on Sunday, and we'll talk more about the Sunday weather situation coming up, and then we get into a little bit more of a widespread rainfall as we get into early next week. So another warm day today, a bit more humid than it has been, but a few clouds will come in through the afternoon. 80 to 88 today with a southwest wind averaging 5 to 10. Now we will talk about that Sunday situation. Could be a couple of strong storms in the afternoon. We'll time it out with that full 7-day forecast later in the show. Justin?
All right, Dakota, we'll be keeping our eyes tuned to that in just about 10 minutes time or so. Thank you. Well, a new lottery-based vaccine initiative is looking to entice New Yorkers to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Announced by Governor Andrew Cuomo during a visit to Western New York yesterday, the Vax and Scratch program will give New Yorkers a chance to win up to $5 million if they get vaccinated next week. Running from Monday until next Friday, the 10 state-run vaccination clinics, those with appointments, will get a scratch ticket, a prize of either $5 million, and others that go down to $20 a piece as well.
The chances of winning something in this program are 1 in 9 that you win something. So it is a very exciting lottery. The value of the ticket is $20. If you had to buy the ticket, it's $20. So in essence, get a vaccination and you get a free $20 scratch-off ticket.
So far, 53% of people living here in Chautauqua County have received at least one dose of the vaccine. Well, as health officials continue to urge Americans to get vaccinated, some say a COVID-19 booster shot might be needed sooner rather than later. Mandy Gaither with more on this.
It's one of the best defenses against COVID-19, but the protection vaccines provide wanes.
It's highly likely that within a reasonable period of time, we're going to wind up requiring booster.
But Dr. Anthony Fauci says the timeline for when boosters might be needed is still unclear. Moderna has already been working on a booster shot, a half dose of its vaccine to fight variants like the ones first seen in South Africa and Brazil. Johnson & Johnson's vaccine is a one-dose shot, but the company is testing a two-dose approach to see if it enhances efficacy. As for Pfizer, the company hasn't yet finished its trials on a booster vaccine, but its CEO says in the next couple of months there will be enough data to know more.
Likely there will be a need for a booster somewhere between 8 and 12 months.
That's within a year after a person's been fully vaccinated, according to Pfizer's CEO. But boosters aimed at specific coronavirus variants may not be needed.
Instead of having to play whack-a-mole with each individual variant and develop a booster that's variant specific, it is likely that you could just keep boosting against the wild type and wind up getting a good enough response that you wouldn't have to worry about the variants.
Less than 40% of all Americans are fully vaccinated. Almost half have had at least one dose. And because of that, the CDC's latest forecast predicts newly reported COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, and deaths will likely continue to decrease over the next 4 weeks. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Mandy, thank you. Pfizer's CEO says booster shots could be coming between September and October of this year, but says the company will have to see what the FDA authorizes and their recommendations on how to best protect Americans. Next here, more on Governor Cuomo's deepening sexual harassment scandal, why his brother is starting to take flack. And later, we go live to the Chautauqua County Humane Society for our Pet of the Week segment. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this sunny and warm Friday.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
The George Barone Jr. Scholarship Fund is hosting its first annual Rummage and Bag Sale fundraiser. An inductee in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, Barone managed, coached, and assisted in youth baseball for 64 years in and around the Jamestown area. 100% of proceeds generated will be donated, which will provide scholarships to graduating Southwestern Central School seniors who partake in athletics. Learn more by checking out the scholarship on Facebook and joining us for the fundraising event.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Honest Jones has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
The brother of New York's governor is receiving flack from critics who say he crossed the line between politics and journalism. Chris Cuomo, according to the Washington Post, gave advice to his brother, Governor Andrew Cuomo, who's being accused of sexual harassment. The CNN anchor, the Post reports, was present during conference calls involving the governor's top aides, communications teams, lawyers, and advisors, in which he told the governor to take a position and not resign from office. The governor's brother also referred to the term cancel culture as a reason to strongly deny the sexual harassment allegations made by former staff members, according to two people who heard the conference calls. Now, the governor has made multiple appearances on his brother's evening CNN show, where the two have engaged in discussions about New York's response to COVID-19, among other topics. Well, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says even if a pool is treated, it could still get people sick. The CDC published its weekly report yesterday and included a new study ahead of the summer pool season. It says 208 outbreaks were linked to treated recreational water venues from 2015 to 19. Those venues include pools, hot tubs, and water playgrounds. The outbreaks led to more than 3,600 cases of various illnesses and, in some cases, deaths. Infections peaked in July mainly. The deaths were all connected to a various Legionnaire's disease outbreak, which is waterborne. The CDC says owners should adopt measures to prevent these outbreaks, and swimmers should take precautions too. For example, they say you should not swallow swimming water and should not swim if you have an upset stomach. Well, President Joe Biden yesterday signed the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act into law. This intended to counter a rise in anti-Asian hate crimes amid the coronavirus pandemic. As Camila Burnell explains, this could expedite the review of potential COVID-19 related crimes.
This attack caught on camera.
I was just trying to shield my head and trying to prevent any worse injuries.
And the bruises here, evidence in a different case.
Somebody just pushed me and hit me, and I lose consciousness. And when I wake up, I'm all bloodied up.
It's the increase in incidents like these involving Asian Americans that led to this. The bill, signed into law Thursday, creates a new position at the Justice Department to expedite review of potential COVID-19 related hate crimes.
We see you. And the Congress has said, we see you. And we are committed to stop the hatred and the bias.
The COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act also directs government agencies to work with community-based organizations to raise awareness of hate crimes. And it requires the U.S. Attorney General to issue guidance to work with state and local law enforcement agencies to establish online reporting.
This bill brings us one step closer to stopping hate, not only for Asian Americans, but for all Americans.
The incidents investigated don't always end up being categorized as hate crimes, but for some victims, it's clear.
I didn't lose anything. All my belongings is with me. They didn't rob me. So I think it's a hate crime.
I'm Camila Burnell reporting.
Camila, thank you. New options for those looking to kayak this summer in Chautauqua County were unveiled yesterday. Various kayak launches, which are part of the Americans with Disabilities Act compliance, are located at the Cattaraugus Creek Boat Launch in Hanover, the Walnut Creek Boat Launch in Silver Creek, the Dunkirk Harbor in the city of Dunkirk, the Barcelona Harbor in Westfield, and one pretty close to us in Jamestown, near Route 394's bridge in Bustine in North Harmony. Chautauqua County is regionally known for its 48 miles of waterfront along Lake Erie and its 42 along Chautauqua Lake, and abundant resources as well, places like Findlay, Cassadaga, and Bear Lakes. Now, with these bodies of water, officials tell us they hope that more people will visit the county this summer who will be able to take advantage of these brand new boat launches to deploy their kayaks, along with other watercraft as well, and enjoy fishing and other forms of water recreation. Totaling more than $97,000, the projects were made possible through a combination of government and community organization-provided grants. pretty cool to see. And it's really getting pretty nice out there for that too. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. Dakota, today I think is a great day to be out and maybe get out on a kayak or some other sort of water thing.
If you can find them.
Yeah, because...
because I know last summer kayaks were in short supply because everybody was buying them off the shelves. So I would assume that they've probably got the stocks back, but
Hopefully.
I know last summer it was hard to get a kayak because everybody was getting one.
Yeah, it really was. So, and today's a pretty nice day out there for it, weather-wise, although you're going to want to stay hydrated.
Yes, and also if you're not liking the allergies right now, yeah, I feel you right now. It's still that tree pollen that we're dealing with up in the high category. Grasses, ragweed, and mold are all looking good right now, but it's that gosh darn tree pollen that's giving us all the problems, and I feel you. I have terrible allergies, so I'm right in that boat with you. 84 was the official high in the city of Jamestown yesterday. It's been 255 days since we've had a high temperature like that. You have to go all the way back to the 9th of September where the high temperature was 82. So the first 80-degree high of the year and the warmest in almost about a year. And it's going to be feeling warm out there. It's some filtered sunshine downtown right now. 78 as a noon hour. West wind at 9. Got a wind gust of 17. The dew point has creeped up a little bit from where it was yesterday. Got a pair of 5s as the dew point. This is what we watch. The dew point is the comfort retention, how much moisture is being held in the air. And so that's creating a heat index of 79 degrees. So there is an air quality alert in place for all of the southern tier and basically all of western New York. This goes until 11 o'clock tonight, and this is for high levels of ozone once again with the heat and the increased humidity. Yeah, the ozone level is going to be around 110 today. So if you are sensitive to pollution, just limit your outdoor activity. Get out and enjoy the warmth and the sunshine, but just limit it out there if you're sensitive. Now, the big weather maker comes Sunday. There is a marginal risk, a level 1 out of 5 for all of Western New York and the northern tier of northwestern Pennsylvania, and this is for Sunday afternoon. Maybe a couple showers and storms could be a little bit stronger in the afternoon hours. High pressure still in control across the northeast. There's that stationary front, hasn't budged, but this is what we're going to be watching over the weekend. That will start to be coming in here. That's the next weather maker. So let's show it to you on Future Scan here. Notice filtered sunshine through the afternoon. So it's going to be a nice day. Warm though. Temperatures mid to upper 80s in most spots. Look at tomorrow. Partly to mostly sunny, but notice the model spitting up a couple isolated showers in the afternoon, and these are fueled by the humidity. So again, those are going to be the pop-up showers and storms, and we'll see a few of those once again as we go through Saturday night into Sunday. That'll get us the best chance for a few showers. So inland areas, look at these temperatures today. How about 85 Jamestown, 84 Cherry Creek, 84 Warren. We're reaching for the 90s in some spots, and my favorite coined word, muggification. We've got that today. Next 7 days right here, 80 tomorrow, 79 on Sunday. And again, a few of those storms in the afternoon could be a bit stronger. We have one cool day Monday, down to 71. Then we're back to the warmth and humidity as we go into next week. How about 68 on Thursday? Will you take it? How about you take a break and be right back?
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Slow down and move over.
Move over. When you see signs,
Lights,
vests,
Please, give us some room.
slow down
and move over.
when you need help
It's our job
to help you.
to save you.
Despite the danger,
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please,
Slow down, and move over.
move over.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Hi, welcome back to WNY News Now. In an effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, we're partnering with the Chautauqua County Humane Society in our segment called The Pet of the Week. Joining us live is Amanda Sublett to talk more about this week's featured furry friend. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Justin. Today I have my friend Turtle with me. Definitely not your typical turtle. He is a shy guy, like you would expect, but once he warms up, he's very friendly and incredibly playful. He would love to have other cats in a home to play with. Normally, before we get in the room, he's always running around and wrestling with his friend George and Rue. They cuddle a lot. He's about a year old. He's definitely going to do best in a home with children who are on the older side who can respect his space as needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at him, it seemed like, if folks didn't know before the break, but he's actually, this is like the third spot he's been in the last couple of minutes. I imagine the camera can probably be a little intimidating for him, but it does seem like he's kind of in that sense of turtle, that maybe he likes to have his own space versus the fact that he's slow.
He definitely likes his own space. It's going to take somebody a little bit of time to earn that trust for him. And once you do, you guys are going to be golden.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what a lot of, I imagine you work with people who are looking to adopt. The most important thing is earning that trust. What would you recommend to somebody who is interested in maybe turtle or another cat or even a dog at the shelter? Some techniques to try to build some of that.
A lot of it's just taking time and going slow, rewarding them for positive interactions, but give them the respect that you would want as well.
Yeah, and I imagine that's probably a really important aspect of building relationships with animals, where a dog, a cat, they really need you to give them what you would expect in a human relationship almost. Am I kind of in the right spot?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I was just the idea of building relationships. When we think about it a lot, we think of like, look at these two right here in front of us. The animals have relationships with each other, so for us to give an animal the respect that we would want, in many cases, that's all they're really asking for, is the fact that they want to be loved.
Absolutely. A great way to start with that is learning their body language, because that's how they communicate with you what they're wanting at any given moment.
Yeah, definitely. So again, our friend Turtle is on display today. If you are interested in learning more about him or any of the other residents of the shelter, you can contact the Chautauqua County Humane Society at 716-665-2209 or visit chqhumane.org. And I know Turtle looks like he's ready for an afternoon nap. I could join him possibly here in a little bit. All right, Amanda and Brian, thank you so much for your time today. So it's a great partnership with the Humane Society. Really, you guys do an excellent job, and there are so many animals. So I'd personally recommend checking out chqhumane.org, because they really do have some great resources on there to learn more about adopting, and you can see more about these guys. And it looks like Turtle is now settling in for that previously mentioned nap. Certainly pretty amazing, Dakota. You gotta love it. You gotta love these cats. I mean, it's just they're so inquisitive. I think that's really the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think I've mentioned before that, for 16 years of my life, I grew up with a cat.
Yeah.
And, especially when I think they're kittens, they're more active to kind of get around and check out their surroundings as they're, as they're growing up. But I mean, you know, cats, I mean, I'm not the world's biggest fan of cats, but after growing up with one, you know, there is that soft spot that is like, you know, darn, I wish we could have a cat again. But
definitely. Well, hey, if you're looking for turtle, he might be a good bet for you. Well, that's
Can't
going
have
to
any
do it
pets where I
for
live.
us today. Of course, news 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. That's it for us. We'll see you back here on Monday.